here in Los Angeles, there's a gay everything, you know, there's like gay groups for just about anything you can imagine.
Blades, I've actually been on the team since the start of the season. I had gone up to Vancouver, watched them compete in gay games up in 1990, and that's about it. I've been to a couple skate nights and was encouraged to come out and join the team, and I did. I had basically never skated up until this last June, and I came out for the first practice with the team, and at that turnout, we found out the first game was going to be the next day on Sunday. And the team said, come on out, just go ahead and suit up. And I didn't think I was going to be put on the ice. Turned out I played half the game. Couldn't stop, couldn't turn, but it was good. It's tough to describe the feeling. I had never skated before. I never held a stick until the day before. And it was a great feeling to be out there playing hockey. I've always wanted to play, and here I was on the ice, and the team was supporting me in it. I've probably got about $1,400 into the season so far in equipment, ice time, league fees. It's not cheap.
What else do you need?
You got the skates, you got the pads, you got the shoulder pads, you got the jersey, you've got your league fees. League fees alone are $450 per person to play in this league. You've got practice time. It adds up. The team has been real good. When I started out, all I bought were my own skates, and the rest of the equipment the team had loaned me. But it certainly does add up, and that's one of the things that I personally have a little bit of trepidation about, is that it does take money to play, and that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. We do have fundraisers to try and offset some of the team expenses, but so far the team, as a team, hasn't funded individuals to play if they're short on cash. Individual team members have done that, and I do know of some cases where individuals have helped with league fees, for instance, for guys who are short on cash. But that is, unfortunately, part of the reality of hockey.
This is my second season with Blades, and I got involved initially just kind of going to practices with them. I had played hockey as a kid and didn't play again for like 15 years, and then had heard about them through an accountant who was working with me on a project, and started going to games, and then went to practices, and then things went from there. I wasn't particularly shocked at it. I mean, I think kind of here in Los Angeles, there's a gay everything, there's like gay groups for just about anything you can imagine. So I wasn't particularly shocked, but I was excited at the fact that, I could get involved in a sport without having to feel like I needed to play into the typical heterosexual role that kind of sometimes gets associated with playing on a sports team. That I wouldn't have to feel like I was playing with a group of people where I had to be inhibited about the fact that I wasn't talking about somebody's Hooters somewhere,
Hockey is a very emotional sport. It's a lot of physical contact, and people get upset. It is a game that is very, very prone to outbursts of emotion.
through the door.
I hadn't played hockey in quite a while. I'd done some pickup games in the previous couple years. I was interested in playing again because I love the sport. And I had been living in Sacramento at the time, and they weren't that organized, and it was a fairly small hockey group, and it was fairly homophobic from just my involvement in it, so I wasn't that interested in playing. I was playing pickup a little bit here and there. I had played as a bantam, 14, 15, 16 years of age, and was really looking forward to getting back involved in the game. My initial reaction was, I'm going to get a lot of ice time because the first game I saw, it was like watching little peewees and squirts. It was really a lot of fun watching. The first game I saw was a blowout. And we're experiencing some of those this year too. So it's like coming back around in a circle. But I knew from that it was more of just an interest in playing, and the notion of winning would be great to do, but it wasn't uppermost in what people's minds were. It was playing.
I didn't really have any reservations about the fact that we were playing essentially straight teams, because I think the reality is that to most of those people, there was a sense of respect, even though we get some comments from time to time from people. There is a certain sense from people of kind of disbelief that, number one, there could be such a thing as a gay hockey team. And the reality is we aren't a purely gay team. We have some straight people who play with us. You know, we don't advertise who is who because our thing is who cares. So, I mean, in terms of playing the game, my thing is just to go out there and play the game.
Like one of the last games we played, the other team used some words that they probably shouldn't have.
Someone screaming out faggot or cocksucker or something.
It shouldn't matter what our sexuality is on the ice. I didn't use quite those words, but basically said, look, we're having a whole lot of fun, and let's just play hockey. And leave out the name calling. And the guy said he would go talk with his team and let them know that they don't want that to happen again.
I think there's a lot of nuance of that, where we might be sitting next to the other team in the locker room. I mean, not in separate locker rooms, but there's only a piece of plywood between us, so we can hear everything that's being said. Right. And hear them say, yo, let's go out and beat the faggots, or, you know, this is going to be an easy game, blah, blah, blah. We go out and win the game. And so just in that process, seeing these people, hearing what they say beforehand, and then seeing them afterwards, there's a kind of a respect there that's like, you know, okay, it wasn't the stereotype we thought it was going to be.
You know, you kind of just have to, you know, blow it off. I mean, it's in the heat of the game. And we've had times when people after the game have said, hey, you know, I'm sorry that I blew up, or someone else on the team will say, you know, I'm sorry that, you know, the jerk, you know, said something. But, you know, it's a very high emotional game, and we don't like it, but it happens, and, you know, the best you can do is go out there and try to win the game.
We have, from other teams, in past years, we have had some nasty incidents, name calling and stuff like that. And one team in particular sent us a letter after the game saying that there are some nasty elements on our team, meaning the other team, and we're trying to let them know that we don't want to have this happen again, and we apologize for our behavior, and we look forward to playing you in our next game, and we hope it's more pleasant than the past one was. And we thought that was kind of neat. We thought that took a lot of class, I guess, to say we have a problem and we just want to play ice hockey. And that's what we're there for.
And there have been people who, before a game, I remember one guy, we were in the same locker room with the other team because we were at a facility that didn't have separate locker rooms. And he came over to us and said, you know, I'm kind of hearing hearsay that you guys are a gay team, and you know, I mean, that's not true, is it? And we kind of said, well, yeah, most of us are gay. And at that time we had a woman playing with us as well, and a couple of straight people were playing with us, but you know. So we told him that, and he kind of said, you know, he kind of wanted to know, well, who was who, and it was like, you know, what does it matter? We all play hockey. And he kind of couldn't quite believe that. And I remember after the game, he was like really, you know, really made an effort to say thanks for the game. And, you know, I think that in that sense, I think you kind of see that people are sort of changed.
Well, being gay is political. I'm just making the statement that you're gay is being political. We are, just as a gay group, political in a sense. The members are very, I would say, apolitical when it comes to the Blades. I don't think that's inappropriate. I don't think that necessarily we need to be more political. I think what we're doing is great. We are out there to straight people, some of their first encounters with openly gay men and women, and just being out there to play a game and not trying to over politicize the event is, I think, helpful to what our goals are.
Friends are pretty supportive of what you do.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I think a lot of the gay community is very supportive of hockey. You know, that they're, you know, the Blades, that there's an out group, and being involved in a quote straight league. So I think there's a lot of support there.